Anybody who follows you on Instagram knows that you're a big football fan.
Huge.
What are your game day rituals?
I don't take a shower if I'm staying at home.
Okay.
Yeah, you stay in the bed. It starts early in the morning. You turn on all of the sports pre-games. You get excited. They tell you the stories that you might want to be interested in that week because it's all a story. It's entertainment.
Yep.
If I'm going to tailgate, then I try to, back time it so I get to the stadium at least 2 to 3 hours in advance so you can get a couple of drinks in you. And if I'm having people over for a couch gating thing, the first thing I do is tell people elastic waistbands, please. You know what I'm saying? And I also say BYOP, bring your own plate. So when they want to leave with stuff, they're not taking my stuff. I'll wrap it up for them.
Right.
Yeah.
It's very smart. Very smart.
Yeah.
What are we making today?
Well, there's so many different ways to feed a crowd, right?
Yes.
And so the way I like to do big game parties is just kind of like quarters and pregame. So pregame should be like small bites and snacky stuff, which is what we're gonna start with. And then you go into like halftime, which is like maybe you need a bowl or a plate to eat it.
Yep.
And then, 2-minute warning in the fourth, you should be thinking about sweets, and then, you throw down some coffee so people know the Pavlov response to get out of your house.
Right.
You are
It
strategic
works.
about
It
this.
works. It works. You start brewing that coffee and they're leaving.
Yep.
I'm impressed that you have
Yes.
this like minute by minute strategic.
Yeah, I'm into this. I really love eating, and I love eating in sports, and then there's like men in tights. Let's go.
Let's start making.
Let's do it.
We're making a dip right
This
now,
is
right?
a 7-layer dip that I like to call an 8-layer dip because I'll show you the 8th layer is the grass. But very simply, you can just add in some taco seasoning to a couple of cans of refried beans and just stir it up.
Okay.
So stir that up. It gives it flavor. Sometimes I'll even take some jalapeno juice and pour it in there from the pickled jalapeno jar. That
Absolutely.
Pickled jalapeno juice does so much work in my kitchen.
Amen.
Crack some pepper over there if you want. You're so gentle with the fold.
You want me to get foldy?
No, it's cute.
I'll
like
get foldy.
it.
Don't test me.
It's cute.
I'll fold this up, baby.
Yeah.
You want to see what I can do
Don't
with the
tempt
fold?
him with a good time.
Go, gadget
You're
arm.
not gonna be able to stop it pretty soon.
Okay, you're good. So
Don't
that's
wind
the
me up,
first
sister.
level. Okay, brother.
So this is the bottom.
All right, spread that in the bottom.
So that's the bottom layer.
Yes, that's layer
Do you have to put
number
anything
1.
on the pan at once?
No, not really, because we're not baking anything, and so
Yeah.
we don't need any extra fat, because there's a whole lot going on here. Yeah.
This is awesome.
So you just like spread it out and meat from end zone to end zone.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
You
I
like
what
that?
you
Because
did
this
there.
is going to be our center field, if you will.
And you're probably seeing this thing on the side. This is the Infladium.
Yes.
Because I did this a couple years. There's this big viral thing went around called the Snackadium, where people would build stadiums and then filled them with snacks, and it sucks to build. I'll tell you that right now. It's the biggest pain in the butt. It's so hard to build. So you came up with the Infladium.
I did. Okay, so let me tell you how I came up with the Infladium. First, it's an amalgamation of 2 words, inflatable and stadium.
Genius.
Right? So that's our second layer of a cheese blend.
Second layer is the cheese.
Then some tomatoes or salsa from the grocery store. I came up with the idea because I wanted these monstrosities that I saw people building. They would even come on my Food Network show in the kitchen and build us snack stadiums out of like cardboard and
That's what we
aluminum
did.
foil.
Yep.
It was beautiful, but guess what? How many hours did it take?
6 hours for me to do it.
And then
Wow.
all of that you worked on, it was broken down in like 20 minutes,
totally,
you know?
man.
And you couldn't reuse it. You know what I'm saying? There's really good beans.
Let's continue while we chat.
So then you add some black olives over the top. So we've already got 1, 2, 3, 4. And that goes on top.
Perfect.
Yep.
And then you can hit it off with a little bit of sour cream.
So,
All right.
so you came up with the Infladium.
Yeah, so I said to myself, how can I get a snack stadium into my life without doing all the work?
Yeah.
And then I also want to reuse it over and over again. Like that was the problem with these other ones that people were building. And so I just started thinking like, what can you use over and over again and wipe off? Plastic.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, how do I store it? Well, I want it to go flat because if it doesn't nest, you know, ladies and fellas, if it doesn't nest, you best get it out my kitchen. I need the pots and pans and all the plastic containers to nest, you know?
Yeah.
And so I went ahead and I just started drawing stuff out. I did all the research. I went online. I called China.
Just randomly? Just a random person in China?
Yeah, because, you know, we only have...
Ni hao.
Yeah, you know, but as an inflatable goes, there's just not a lot of places where you can find innovation in Infladiums. Anyway, long story short.
Too late.
Yeah.
They do what I do. I always make long stories longer.
Yeah, it happens.
I mean, compared to Kellie's stories, that's the shortest story I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
But people are loving the Infladium.
Thank you.
It's amazing.
It's really cool to come up with an idea like this and have people play with it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And it's fun for kids, too, to jump in there and help out.
It is. So the cool thing is that, you know, a little tiny drawing in a paper pad and a meeting with some guys I was tailgating with at Party City just as friends turned into something like this. And
It's
so
great.
I'm just appreciative that I was able to get my little baby out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's so wonderful.
And you can get this at Party City, right?
Yep.
Are you going to be throwing a Super Bowl party this year?
So this year, I don't know if I'm gonna throw a Super Bowl party because I've been talking so much about it. I haven't seen my mommy and my daddy.
Yeah.
So I told my mommy and my daddy maybe I'll come to their place and we'll blow up an Infladium.
Absolutely.
And we'll eat some home cooking and watch whomever win.
Yeah.
Right?
So
My husband is still in mourning, by the way. He's from Minnesota, so
Tough.
it was a tough game for him.
Obviously, you know, you spread this better, you have a little bit more avocado, and then you can get it into your center field, and it kind of is going to look like grass.
It's half a lawn.
Yeah, it's like just half the field. You don't need the whole field. The cheerleaders are hanging out over there.
That's right.
And then
We're all
so
the
the
fans.
final layer to make it really kind of stand out and look like you've got a cool grass moment is you just go over the top with some cilantro and some parsley, and people love that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a field. So there you go. That's a nice
And I love
savory
it
moment.
because you get concerned about washing things, but these are all cardboard inserts,
Yes,
right?
these are cardboard inserts. It comes with the actual Infladium along with a game day recipe book, tips and ideas on how to fill this. And then the inserts, if you want to use these again, some of them can be wiped out if things aren't too greasy, but you can buy a replacement refill kit for $5.99.
Great,
Oh,
man.
wonderful.
I did a
Smart.
lot of work on making it inexpensive.
Let's see.
Do that.
Yeah.